Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraya. Nasa Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya. Bhagavati Masoke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishiki. Krishna Swadavo Bhagavate Dharmagyana Divisa. Kalanasya Drishamesha Purana Pradhanodita. Sarvayanta Sarami Shri Bhagavatam Ishyate. Sarva Samrita Chutasya Nanyachasya Dashi Vajya. Krishna Surya Bhagavata Vivu Sarvashraya. Pratishloke Pratyakshare Nanadakaya. Premamaya Bhagavata Shri Anga Tate Venayata Gopya Krishna Ranga. Srimad Bhagavatam Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. This is Saturday Bhagavatam class. We're on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th Canto. We're starting chapter 12. This is we concluded the churning of the ocean of milk, and Mohini Avatar came, and the nectar was given to the Devatas, and big fight came out, and all this kind of thing. And Shiva, after that all happened, he met Vishnu. He wanted to have darshan of Mohini, because I guess he wasn't there when she came. I don't know. Somehow he wasn't there. Well, the Devatas were churning the ocean, so he desired to have darshan of Mohini Avatar. So that's described in chapter 12, what happened as a result of that. So BBT has a summary of that we can read to kind of get the overview of the chapter 12 of the 8th Canto. Krishna gives a brief summary, but it's more. We'll just highlight different points of the sermon. Lord Shiva was with his wife Uma, which is also Durga Parvati. This is 8th Canto Bhagavatam, chapter 12. Mohini Murti bewilders Lord Shiva. This is the BBT title. What is it in that book?
Bewilderment of Shiva.
Bewilderment of Shiva.
Bewilderment of Shiva. Okay, same idea. So Shiva heard about the Mohini Avatar, so he had a desire to see her. And Krishna is very kind to his devotees. So there's one verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita that says that Krishna's main duty is to satisfy his devotees. That's one of his main occupations, is to please and satisfy his devotees. Because that's what prema means. Prema comes from the root of the mula of prema is P-R-I. Pri means to satisfy. So love means to satisfy the beloved. So all the beloved devotees of Krishna are trying to satisfy Krishna, and Krishna is trying to satisfy the devotees. So Shiva, of course, is Vaishnava. He's called Mahadev. He's great Vaishnava. Mahajan, great Krishna Bhakta. He's always chanting Hari Ram, meditating on Shankar Sharananta Shesh. Wears around his neck like a murti. So when he saw the form of Mohini, he got captivated, and Mohini kind of was showing quite an attractive form. Not just she was dressed when she first appeared, and she was playing with a ball. And the wind blew, and then her clothes flew up, and then Shiva's mind blew off. He got a little attracted, and she ran away, and he ran after her. And it's interesting where Mohini ran, because she ran all around the ashrams of the yogis. So that was an unforgettable historical occasion at all the ashrams in India and Himalayas. The day that the naked girl from Vaikuntha, Mohini Avatar, ran by the front gate, chased by Shiva, who's Adi Yogi. So that's described in chapter 12 of the 8th Canto Bhagavatam. it seems that, as I mentioned last week, no matter what form Krishna appears in, as a baby at Gopal, or as Nimai Pandit in Gaur Leela, or as Kurma Avatar getting his back scratched by Meru Mountain, there's so much humor in Krishna Meru. It's one of the Gonaratis, it's one of the secondary forms of loving expression called Hasyarati, humor, laughter, which, interesting note, in zoology, people that study animals, although there may be some exception to that rule, but generally it's said the only form of living entity that can laugh is human beings. Although sometimes people say dolphins or porpoises laugh. Monkeys, I don't know, their just existence makes everybody laugh, but I don't think I never heard a monkey laugh, really. I mean, I don't know.
Hyenas?
Yeah, that's a good exception to the rule. They make something like a laugh.
It sounds like that.
I hope it's not your laugh. It's like I don't think so. Yeah, they have they're like almost like some kind of human being also. There's 400,000 types of human beings, so maybe they're on the borderline on that by that criterion of laughing. Anyway, interesting note. So where it all begins, Sarvasya Prabhava, it all begins with Bhagavan. Yeah, all tendencies, all emotions, all character traits, behavior originates with the supreme personality of God, as Prabhupada would like to refer to him, Bhagavan. Translate Bhagavan. So laughter is there, so Moni Marty's having fun with Shiva. She was quite serious about what he's doing. He has other attention, I don't know what, but he's bewildered, obviously. But Mohini's just having fun. He's going for a jog through the volumes and Hyderabad, Tapaloka. Everybody's going, what? Mohini, that's amazing. The Shiva, wow. Dreadlocks flying, snakes around his neck.
Naked.
So that's in this chapter. So let's unravel some of the interesting verses of chapter 12 and what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur enlightens us about, because we're featuring his commentaries here. Deva Deva Jagat Vyapti Vyapin Jagat Isha Jaganmaya Sarveshamapi Bhavanam Tvamatma Hetra Ishvara. Shiva said, O Deva, O Bhagavan, O Dev, you perform pastimes among the Devatas, all-pervading Lord, all-pervading Ishvara. O Lord of the Isha, Jaganisha, Lord of the universe, you are the giver of consciousness to all beings in the universe. You are the cause of all things. You alone are Bhagavan, Ishvara. You are the Ishvara. So as per the standard, whenever a devotee has darshan of the Bhagavan, he or she usually offers all kinds of stutis and stotrams and prayers to glorify the grandeur, the power, the greatness, the qualities, the Bhagavatva of Bhagavan. So that goes on for several verses. Verse 1, chapter 12, or verse 2 rather, goes on. How many verses? Best of the Devatas, verse 16. So it goes on to verse 14. Vishnu was requested by Shiva to show the Mani avatar, and he smiled. Probably some kind of mischievous smile. Are you sure you know what you're asking for? Are you ready for this? And then he reminded Shiva how it all happened. He said, when the Asuras took away the nectar, I assumed the form of Mahanidhi to bewilder them. And I regained the pot of nectar and gave it to the Devatas. Now, as Shiva glorified Bhagavan Vishnu is glorifying his devotees. This is the nature of love. The lover glorifies the beloved, and the beloved glorifies the lover. So, how does Vishnu respond to Shiva's prayers of exaltation? He says, "Oh, best of the Devatas, Sura Sattama." Sattama means the best. "I'll now show you my form that will give rise to lust." So he's warning him. Are you ready? "Especially it's appreciated by those who are lusty, since you desire to see it." Now Vishnu's commentary. He rephrases what Vishnu is thinking or what Vishnu is saying. Of course, dear Mahadev, this form of mine cannot produce lust in you, who are Kameshwar. In Kamyavan, there's a famous murti commemorating the victory of Kam by Shiva, defeated Kam, and he became known as Kameshwar Mahadev, famous Shiva Linga, which was worshipped by Nanda Maharaj to get a child. Also a very ancient linga in Kamyavan, Brajmando. So Vishnu is saying to him, that's the external meaning. The internal meaning is, listen, Mahadev, this desire of yours, who are Kameshwar and Adiyogi, will cause you to fall into the whirlpool of lust. It will not be my fault. This is the inner meaning that Vishnu is saying. Don't blame it on me, man. It's your problem. Like sometimes there's that yogi that was 59 in the Ekasi book. There was some yogi that was 59 years with some heavenly damsel. It was a couple of Ekasis ago. It was Yogi Valkya's son, or Chavan Rishi. Chavan Rishi's son. And he was doing yoga meditation Himalayas, and Indra got envious and sent Urvasi down to the ashram. And he fell down, and he spent 59 years, 10 months, 15 days, 7 hours with her. It's all mentioned in Kasi Mahatmya, Padma Purana. And one day he woke up, he said, my God. She told him, she said, look, I'll stay here with you, when she first came, but when I want to go back to heaven, let me go. So she would keep saying, I want to go back to heaven, teacher. He said, oh, stay one more night. Because lust can't be put out by more lust. A fire can't be put out by putting gasoline on it, petrol. It burns brighter and longer, continuously. So one day, Urvasi said, listen, Rishi, I forget what his name was. He said, have you realized what's going on here? And he said, I calculated, I got 59 years, 10 months, 14 days, 15 hours, 17 minutes. I've been in mine with you. Oh my God, I lost all my tapavala, all my tej, all my aura, all my power. I cursed you be a ghost. She said, what is this, man? So the point I'm trying to make is the guy always blames the woman. The woman just didn't do anything, just showed up one day, and he wasted 60 years. It's not her fault, it's his fault. So Vishnu is saying the same thing. Shiva, don't blame me.
It's not
It's your
my
fault.
fault.
When I come as Mohini Murti, you go crazy and chase me. It's going to be your fault, although you're out of yogi and Kameshwar. In front of me, you're not Kameshwar. You're going to be defeated by Kam. So I want to teach you that nobody's bigger than
God.
me. So, verse 21, chapter 12. Read the Sanskrit, Panditji.
श्लतद्दुकूलं कबरीं च विच्युतां सन्नह्यतीं वामकरेण वल्गुना विनिघ्नतीमन्यकरेण कन्दुकं विमोहयन्तीं जगदात्ममायया.
So this is play-by-play description here. It's recommended parental guidance. As you were 18 to go forward here. Mohini avatar Vimoha, her clothes became loose, her hair scattered. She tried to hold up her hair with her left hand, and she bounced the ball with her right hand. She enchanted the whole world by Bhagavan Maya, Jagat Atma Maya. The whole world was a Maya. Wow, that's a lot of Maya. Now, Mohini bewildered even Shiva, who was Atmaram. Wow, that's not good. It goes on, it gets more interesting, let's say that. And verse 29, then, anyway, it goes on like that. So, Shiva just chased after Mohini. In verse 34, this is what I want to make, read the Sanskrit, verse 34.
सरित्सरसु शैलेषु वनेषु पवनेषु च यत्र क्वचासन् ऋषयस्तत्र सन्निहितो हरा.
Sanito Hara. So, Sanito, this means where they live. Where they're living, it's in present tense actually, it means they live there. Sanito. So Shiva went everywhere. He went to the rivers, lakes, and mountains. And he went to where the sages live. So commentary by Vishnu. To show that Shiva had fallen from his yoga, called yoga brush, Mohini wanted to teach all the siddhas and saints in those ashrams that although they had controlled their minds, they should not put faith in a young woman. So they wanted Mohini, because generally the tendency, every avatar is a teacher. You look at the example, every avatar, although they engage in intimate pastimes with their devotees, and they come to rescue their devotees and engage in lila with their siddha devotees, and their nitya siddha devotees also, and sadhana siddha devotees. But also every avatar, at some point, at some juncture, for some time, they always teach Dharma. Yada yada yadharmasya glananirbhavati bharata bhutanam dharmasya sadvanam shidamya. Krishna says in Gita, whenever I come to establish Dharma. So Krishna came to play. He's Leela Purushottam. He's just engaged in Leela, loving Leelas, but he also taught. Dana Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the playground of God. But the school of God is Kurukshetra. And the rule of God is Dwarka. He ruled as God in Bhagavan and Dwarka. He taught as God in Kurukshetra. And he played like nobody else can play. Because God doesn't even play anything like Krishna. Yeah, God plays by the rules. Krishna doesn't follow any rules. They say in Vrindavan, in love there's no rules. In rules there's no love. So that's the love of Vrindavan. No rules. So Krishna breaks all the rules. So he came as Mohini, Bhagavan appears as Mohini avatar to have fun with Shiva, and but also to teach. Always some lessons there, some moral, some dharmic lesson, some encouragement to go forward on the path of mukti liberation. In verse 36, he said that Shiva understood the power of Bhagavan, and he regained his discrimination, and Mohini disappeared. Then Shiva understood that even his own bewilderment and later discrimination was all mercy of Bhagavan. So Bhagavan can make bewilder you and also give you intelligence and discriminatory power to choose the right path. Basically, everything is controlled by Bhagavan. Our duty is to surrender to Bhagavan and remember him, and let him do the rest, which he will do. In his own unique way, every single Atma, every single devotee is engaging in his unique Leela, the unique Leela with Bhagavan. Chapter 13 describes all about avatars, Manvantaras, how long they rule, what their names are, and talks about the Saptarishis. Who are the Saptarishis? Who's the origin and where are they? Saptarishis. Who are they?
In this chapter, for every yuga, they are different. For every manvantara, they are different.
Okay, that's true. So what does it say in verse 5?
Kashyapa, Atri,
Vasishta,
Vishwamitra, Gautama, Jamadagni, and Bharadwaja.
So who is the Manvantara that they're...
Vaivashvat manvantara, this one.
The present Vaivashvata Manvantara. So Atri, Bharadwaj, what's the alphabetical letter? Atri, Bharadwaj, Gautam, Jamadagni, Kashyapa, Vashishta, Vishwamitra. Okay, there you go. So obviously, and then Vaman appears because the 8th canto is going to describe Vaman also. Okay, let's go on. And he gets into Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj got the blessings of his guru. He was able to defeat Indra. Who is the guru of Bali Maharaj? Shukracharya. So, it's some verse here talking about, let's see. Yeah, where's verse 28 or something like that? I think it's next chapter.
next chapter, verse 3.
Okay, let's go to chapter 14. It's called, what's it called? Again, read
6
it.
functions of Manvantara Guru.
6 functions of Manvantara. Okay. Obviously they come to teach Dharma, religion, because they're all Vaishnavas and working on behalf of Vishnu to maintain order in the universe. Okay, 15. Bali conquers heaven. So Bali got all kinds of benedictions and blessings and attacked Indra. And Indra ran away. That was smart. Because he saw he had 10,000 times more soldiers. And it describes Shama women here, which are also described in Krishna Lila. Chapter 15, 8th canto, verse 17. This interesting kind of woman, she's all-season woman. The Shama woman, 8th canto, chapter 15, verse 17. She eternally beautiful and young. sounds like the ideal person. And she always wears clean clothes. That's nice. And commentary is a little more specific. Apparently, Shuge is a little shy to describe it. Vishnu is not so shy.
He's never shy.
He's never shy. He just tried quite correct. Because in our Rasik Shastra, the Gaudiya Sampradaya, it also describes Shama women. And being the gopis are such women also. But even platforms under trees are Shama. There's platforms under the trees. Under the trees there's a platform made of different jewels. And those platforms are warm in the winter and cool in the summer. They're not women, they're stone or whatever, Chintamani. So Chintamani, a Shama woman is warm in the winter and cool in the summer. So basically, you have ATM and you have ACW. What's ACW? I say ATM and ACW.
Air conditioned woman.
Air conditioned woman.
It's a bad joke, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys.
This happens.
Yeah. I'm not very sober, I should admit. This is not my fault, it's Vrindavan. At least I can blame it on something. You stay in Vrindavan long enough, this would happen. No saying.
I don't think anyone would want you any other way.
Yeah, okay.
We love you just like this.
Okay, that's very, very kind and gentle of you. You're not speaking the truth, but I accept your exaggerated
It's
glorification.
my truth.
highly exaggerated and ornamented, but I humbly accept it with gratitude.
Well, I've been known to drink.
Yeah, that's also there. Nectar of Hari Katha, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to check. So now we're talking about heaven. In case if you didn't think you're in it, then here's what it's like. Now you can know if are you in heaven or not. Here's the check. No one in heaven is sinful. No one is envious. No one is violent towards other living entities. No one is cunning. No one is falsely proud. Thus you greedy can enter heaven. So whenever Indra wants to be any of these things, he leaves heaven. Because Indra's famous for being lusty,
Angry.
and greedy. But in his house, he's not. In Swarga, he's not. When he comes to Rajbandha, he's very angry, wants to destroy it. He goes to grab some Rishi's wife, he's very lusty. So, but in his hometown, he's well behaved. So people are like that. When they're home, they're behaved. When they go to Bali and Pattaya Beach in Thailand, it's a different story then. If you know what I mean. Okay, so Bali Maharaj was pretty powerful. Indra spoke to his guru. Hey Gurudev, our old enemy Bali is very strong. I don't think we should fight with him. What do you think? He said, you're right. You better run out of here. That's what he said. Indra, you know why your enemy's so powerful? Hey. Oh, okay, sorry. Homework. So Brihaspati asked, why is Indra so powerful? I mean, why is Bali Maharaj so powerful?
He pleased his guru.
He pleased his guru. So,
Because of that he got. And Brahmanas.
and Brahmanas. I know, the Guru of Indra said, Brihaspati said, you know why Bali is so powerful? Because he pleased his Guru and the Brahmanas. So let's see what Prabhupada's comment is. There's a comment by Vishnu. It's basically okay, it's nice. But I'd like to share what Prabhupada says in this group. Okay, the 28, huh?
Yes.
1528, right? Here's what he said. The Brahmana descendants of Bhrigu Rishi gave their own powers to Bali Maharaj, because Bali Maharaj had offered the Brahmanas everything due to his faith and devotion. Thus the power was theirs, not Bali Maharaj's. However, I, Brihaspati, am not less powerful than Bhrigu's Brahmana descendants. If I am pleased with you, Indra, with your faith and devotion, you will become immediately empowered to defeat Bali Maharaj. This is Prabhupada's commentary. That was the commentary by, that was Vishnu's summary. Brihaspati, the Guru of Indra, said, ordinarily Bali and his Asura army can't get so much power, but the Brahman descendants of Bhrigu endowed them with their spiritual power. So the power of Bali Maharaj is not his own, it was received by the blessings of the Brahmins. That's like in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami Pad explains three ways one can get Kripa city and attain Baba. One by
Alaukik Dan.
Alaukik Dan. A Siddha Mahatma looks at you with the intention of blessing you with Baba. Alaukik Dan.
Sahrida Dan.
Sarita Dan. Heartfelt blessings. He can transfer his power, his Baba, from his heart to your heart just by feeling for you and thinking of you.
They speak.
Vachika Dan. By speaking, may you attain Baba Bhakti, may you attain Prema. If he has that opulence of realization and gift from Bhagavan or some Nitya Parishad, which he can distribute to some worthy Kripa Patra, recipient of its mercy. So in the same way, Bali Maharaj received by the heartfelt blessings, Sahara Kripa, of Bhrigu Muni's descendant Brahmins, the power to defeat Indra. So Bali Maharaj's power was not his own, but that of his Guru. That's why generally any sincere Vaishnava, if he or she is able to accomplish anything or do anything of significance where one gets some kind of recognition or so receives some kind of honor, they immediately defer all the recognition, defer all the glories to their Guru and say it's only by the mercy of Guru. I know some disciples that always have that mental position, which is quite correct, where they, whenever anyone glorifies their accomplishment or any seva they may render, then they will say, it's only the mercy of the Guru. It's only the mercy of the Guru. And this is actually a fact, but ego doesn't really let us get into that kind of humble mood most of the time. As Narottam Das prays and Prabhupada quotes, Prabhupada introduces this quotation by saying, the blessings of a Guru are more powerful than one's own endeavor for advancement. Narottam therefore says, Narottam Das Thakur Mahasaya, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chite Te Koryaikya Ara Na Karya Mani Ash. My ash, my aspiration, my desire is to always carry out the order of my Guru. Then Prabhupada says here, by Parampara system, one can be endowed with the original spiritual power coming from the Supreme Personality of God. That's why every bona fide, it's interesting, Prabhupada says this, commentary. By Parampara system, one gets power, original spiritual power coming from God. That's why they say any bona fide Parampara must have a transcendental source. That's why we say Parivar. You say Gadadhar Parivar. The transcendental source is Radharani as Gadadhar Pandit. We say Advaita Parivar. Transcendental source is Mahavishnu, Sadashiva, Advaita. And the transcendental source of Nityananda Parivar, the family of Nitai, is Balaram Nitai. Nityananda Balaram. So that's what establishes, because the power is not the Guru or the Guru's Guru, or the Guru or the Param Guru or Parapara Guru or Paratara Guru. The power comes from Samasti Guru. Samasti Guru means Bhagavan Sri Krishna. It's an expanded form of Bhagavan. It's described on the left-hand side of Bhagavan. Bhagavan is on the right, Samasti Guru is on the left, and then all the Gurus are after that. So that's called, like we say, like sometimes in the modern world, people that are critical of traditional Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they say, where do we find Sirpranali in Goswami books? You don't find it directly mentioned, that's a fact. But you do find a term by Baladev Vijayabhushan in Siddhanta Ratna, where he says Bhakta Pranali. Pranali means channel, line, like specific succession, called Bhakta Pranali. So Bhakta Pranali means Siddha Pranali, basically. Anyway, that's another point. But the idea of Parampara system is really interesting when Prabhupada cites this, because that's often a question that people challenge ISKCON Gaudiya Math about their Parampara. I don't get into that myself, it doesn't have any relevance to me personally, but some people make an issue of it. But the idea is that power comes from above. Light comes from the sun and is distributed to the earth. So the light of God, Krishna Surya Samamaya Andhakar. The light of God is Krishna Surya. Every spiritual movement must be connected with God to get power. So somehow you get connected, you get the power. So let's see what else we have in chapter 14. What page we're on?
224.
224, okay. Let's see what else we have in this chapter. A lot about glorification of Brahmins. So, Brihaspati, the Guru advises Indra. It's interesting how in the old days, in the ancient Vedic times, all the powerful kings, they understood they were very physically powerful, very intelligent, but there was someone more intelligent than them, Brahmins. They always took advice from Brahmins. They had that humility to submit to the Brahmins and the teachers. So it was a nice combination. Brains and brawn and brains. Brawn means power, brains means intellectual power, intelligent power. So Brahmins are supposed to have that Brahman Tejas, which is mentioned also here. Somewhere, I think, I saw it somewhere, I don't know what. Okay, now we have, that's chapter 15, 33rd verse. All the Devas disappeared. That's kind of interesting. It sounds like modern warfare. There are all these wars now. The modern warfare, everybody hides underground. Like in 1970s, late 60s and 70s, America was fighting Vietnam, or terrorizing, we can say, Vietnam, and they all hid underground. They all dug tunnels underground. They all whole cities underground. So the Americans couldn't find them. they would come walk on top of them, and they'd come out and kill them. So they never could win the war because they couldn't find the enemy. So the same thing we see in the Middle East. all the enemies underground. So Indra and that millions of years ago, they all went underground, they all hid. So when Maharaj came into heaven, it says here, verse 33, they couldn't find anybody. All the Devas disappeared. Where they went underground. Where did Indra go?
Underground.
He went inside a lotus flower. Somewhere in Mansarovar or some heavenly planet somewhere. So everybody became invisible. All three worlds, Bor, Bhuva, and Swa, were controlled by Babaji Maharaj. So what does this do to the Devatas? Who is the mother of all the Devatas?
Aditi. Aditi.
Aditi. Who is her husband? Kashyap. So the next chapter is how
Aditi.
the mother takes care of her babies. So all the Devatas are descendants of Aditi. And they're all hiding in fear and lost their kingdom, their happiness, and their influence and power. So the mother became very compassionate. So what did she do? She did tapasya. You get power by austerity. So chapter 16 describes the milk brat. Payo means milk. So she did a milk brat. That's described, and that's it for today, for class. Next week we'll do chapter 16 through 19,
Okay.
which will be, she does a brat, and then Vishnu agrees to appear as her son, and her son's name is what?
Vaman.
Vaman, Trivikram, or what's his other name? Urukram.
Udukram.
Urukram, Trivikram, Indra, Chotabai.
Yes.
Upendra.
Upendra, yeah, Upendra. He's a little brother, what? Brother or what? Yeah.
Yeah, yes, good. Little brother of him.
Chotabai.
Chota.
Little brother of Indra is Upendra. Like we have Brajmanda, we have Dwarasavan. We have 12 major forests. What are the other forests called?
Upavans.
Upavans. Little forests. Upavans. This is one Upavan right here. Chotavan. So Upendra is little Indra. It's Vamandev. So we'll read about him next week. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shankar Prasad.